So you guys are probably sick of 4th gen, so I decided to take out a really old 5th gen match, and this was against my friend nesspkfire. He doesn't really upload anymore, so there's no point in really putting his link in the description or anything like that. But he's actually using a Sandstorm team, and I'm using one of my really old teams that I used 3 months ago, maybe. This was maybe not quite that long, but at least a month ago anyway. So he's going to lead with this Scarf Tyranitar, which I did not know. I thought he was, like the lead Stealth Rocks, maybe like that. But he just goes for Crunch and kills his elf, which is kind of unfortunate because his elf could have helped me out in this battle, but it's not the end of the world. So I bring in my Logic, knowing I can take Crunches all day, especially with Rest and everything like that. So he switches into his Pupitar, which is pretty funny because he has a Pupitar and a Tyranitar on the same team. But Pupitar isn't really the best because it 4 times weak to water, and water types, water Pokemon are very common, so it's not really the greatest Pokemon to have. So I'm just going to go for the Surf, and that is going to do a lot of damage to this Pupitar, but not quite take it out, which actually shows that Pupitar can take a hit, but I mean, not from a Milotic anyway, too well. And he actually gets the Shed Skin ability here, which is actually pretty funny because it kind of prevents him from being Toxic Spelled. But I don't know what move he has for Recovery, if he does have a move with Recovery. I mean, I think these things can learn Rest, so maybe he has Rest, but I don't really think he does because he doesn't have a Cleric, so I don't really think he would have Rest. So he's going to bring in a Stoutland here, and I was thinking he's going to go for the... I forget what that normal type move is. It Revenge? No, that's the fighting move. You know what? You know what move I'm talking about, I think so. He goes for Protect and it fails, and he goes for Protect again. I just go for the Sacred Sword on my Cobalion, and that does nothing. And he goes for Protect again, not really sure why, because neither of us are getting affected from Sandstorm. So he goes for Protect again and it fails. I don't know what he's trying to do there. So I go for Sacred Sword now, and that is going to do a lot of damage, but not quite take him out. And he goes for Protect again, which is really starting to piss me off here, so... But whatever, he can't even touch me because he didn't know Protect and Last Resort don't work together. So his only moves are Last Resort and Protect, so I could have used this guy as a humongous setup fodder. But, I don't even have a Pokemon that can set up because this was a really old team, so... It was kind of just pointless. And I just kill him with another Sacred Sword, which is pretty awesome. So he brings in this Kevin's mom, and I'm pretty scared of this guy being Choice Scarfed or something. So I switch out into Staraptor thinking he was going to go for the Ground-type move, and I believe I get that right. Yeah, I do. He goes for Earth Power, and my Staraptor is unaffected, which is pretty damn awesome. So I believe he switches into Garchomp here. Yeah, he goes into Garchomp, and I go for Double Edge, and that's basically just... I don't know how to describe that. It just destroys the Garchomp. He lives with a little bit of HP, which probably tells me he's defensive, and now I know he's not Scarfed, because he was able to live that Choice Banded, Stab. Oh my, I don't know, almost nothing can live that. So I go for another one, and that's going to take him out, which is pretty awesome. So I was like 600% sure he wasn't Choice Scarfed, so that's why I stayed in. And he brings in the Monster Moby. And I'm kind of scared of this guy, but this guy's entire theme of his team is just to go for Protect and Sand Stall you, basically. Because lots of his Pokemon have the Sand Veil ability, so when you are able to attack, you're probably going to miss. But I actually get really lucky in this battle and don't miss. So he goes for Slack Off here, which is a pretty good move on his part, knowing that I'm probably Choice Banded or Choice Scarfed. Probably Choice Banded, though, seeing how much that does to his Pokemon. And I live with 20 HP, which is awesome. And he goes for Protect and gets Protect again. Can you explain this to me here? He gets, 19 Protects in a row. Come on now. And I live with 1 HP from the Sandstorm, which was pretty awesome. So he brings in his Tyranitar here, knowing that I'm obviously locked into Double Edge. And I just go for Double Edge. And that actually does a reasonable chunk to this guy, more than I thought it was going to do. But I mean, Staraptor is going to go down this turn anyway, so it didn't matter. So I bring in Gengar, and basically that's the only thing I have on my team that can outspeed this Tyranitar. And because I am Scarfed, because you can't run anything else but Scarf in this gen on Gengar. You can try Life Orb, but it's not really going to work, so... I go for a Focus Blast, and that's obviously going to one-hit KO that Tyranitar. And I'm sitting actually pretty good here. For him having a Sandstorm team, I actually did really well. I mean, I guess if he had an Excadrill, this would have went a little different because he would have destroyed me, but oh well. So he predicts my switch and goes for extra. Or no. He just goes for extra sensory because that was the best move he could have won for. But now he goes for Earth Power, showing me he is not Scarfed, so I have really no idea what item this guy is. He could be Leftovers, which would be weird. Focus Sash, again, which would be pretty weird. I don't see Life Orb damage. Oh, no, doesn't this guy have Sheer Force? I'm pretty sure he does. Maybe he is Life Orb, and I don't see it because of Sheer Force, but I don't know. So he's going to switch knowing that I'm Scarfed, and I do have HP Ice, which is really great because his final two Pokemon are Moby and Kevin's mom, so that HP Ice is going to get a crit on Moby, which it probably didn't really matter. I mean, he maybe would have been able to live one, and then protect, and then would have been able to, kill him next turn. So it wasn't the end of the end of the world. So he brings in his final Pokemon, Landorosu. I forget what its English name is, or that might be its English name. I don't know. And I just go for HP Ice, and that's obviously going to take him out. So good game, Ness. Leave a comment on the music that you'd like me to use next time, because I really have no idea. And give a like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. And yeah.